If you took 2019 and 2018 and combined them, that's how well we did up to March, and then just took it away. Honestly, right out of the gate, like, we didn't know how long it was going to be. Nobody knew how long it was going to be. We literally sat down and were like, okay, so we'll be done for 2 weeks or so. So when we come back, we'll do some local stuff and maybe a karaoke, something to generate the money we lost over 2 weeks, not 8 or 9 months later before we could do anything. Over the last 15 years, I'm used to seeing 3-4 shows a week. I got to take a step back and go, oh no, like, this can be taken away from us, like, which I would have never guessed. The entertainment business took a huge hit. We did get one of those PPP loans, and that ran out real fast before suddenly there wasn't any more coming. In June, we made $10,000 in the bar, which is basically the only way we could make money on that. The shows we basically were giving just straight to the artist, anything we made off the door. And to compare that to June 2019, we did 3 $15,000 nights in June of 2019 versus doing one $10,000 month in June 2020. So it's a big difference. Right now, I have laid off everyone. I'm working every position.
When COVID hit and the state shut all of us down, we started surveying our members nationally and learned that roughly 90% of independent music venues across the United States had somewhere between 6 and 9 months of operating capital before they would be forced to shut their doors forever. The job loss alone, just in the music industry in this state, is over 8,000 people. As this continues on, that number is going to grow. There's still sectors and people who work within the industry that are not being counted in those numbers. The real number is probably closer to 20,000 people. When you really sit down and study all of the effects of it, it's pretty devastating. There's a balancing point right now between trying to operate underneath the current guidelines in place by the state of Colorado and being a profitable company, or being a company that can even break even. Rick is currently putting on shows with limited capacity, and the cost to do that isn't what the cost to do that would have been if we were in February, because of all the PPE requirements. The whole purpose of staying open right now for anybody really is just to try to keep their staff employed, try to keep their food on their staff's table, try to keep their rent paid, if they can do that.
We've definitely seen some people have some negative opinions about us opening, and some of it's warranted just because people are scared. Mesa County has a 5-star program. We've been a part of that since the beginning. So we are 5-star verified. So we're above and beyond safety. We've put together a thing with OSHA. We've reduced our cap just below to what they actually allow us to do, just so that we can just kind of stay ahead of it all. We have arrows on the floor like you see in a supermarket to kind of navigate where you're going and how to get out without having to cross many people and stuff like that. So we do require masks, except when you're at your seat. Sometimes it feels like overkill when you see people washing the table over and over again. At the same time, I think some people really appreciate just seeing people are trying to work together. First time I got to see live music back, I sat in there. I wasn't even a genre I'm into. I sat and watched the whole show, and I had to see it because I'm like, it just was gone. It's not the same thing watching it on your computer or on your phone. Being in a room is completely different.
The year before, I went to like 12 or 13 concerts in 2019. So not having any at all in 2020 was tough.
Shows are fun, man. Everybody's kind of in the same groove, you know what I mean? Even if it's for like 2.5 hours, everybody's doing and thinking the same thing at that point. Unified, I guess you could say, through music.
Jen Johnson. I gotta tell you all the story. I've been doing these acoustic shows. I will tell you. Honestly, when this thing happened, I think everybody in my position kind of started scrounging, finding ways to make a living. So I did that. I started doing cameos on the Cameo app. I started doing like Zoom meet and greets with fans. Until July, it was just whatever we could do to not lose our house. As long as people dig my music, that's like the greatest gift as a musician, songwriter. That's the greatest gift somebody can give you. And as long as they want to give that to me, I'm gonna give them what I got as well. You're a 1,000,000-carat diamond in the roughest of the rough.
Unfortunately, it's almost like become a political statement of how open you're willing to be. And we don't sit on either political side, so we embrace anybody who wants to come in here and have a good time and feel safe. And we want safety to be a priority. There is those people that just, they do refuse. And like, especially when we're opening the bar, they're like, I'm not gonna wear one. And like, there is that, like, once they walk 10 feet from the door to the bar, they actually don't have to wear it now that there's a chair available. You know, I hear that argument all the time where someone's like, well, if I'm sitting in a restaurant, I don't have to wear a mask, but if I'm standing, I have to wear one. That doesn't make any sense. And you're like, well, we're just trying to be open, and we're trying to, again, keep people safe, but survive.